All right, good morning, everyone. So we got to get to it, guys. News is around the corner, and already I can see a few things going uh, a different way. Let's put it that way. So again, around 8:30, we're gonna get the countdown on hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, and then unemployment rate. I think this one is going to be the biggest one here. But regardless, they all will impact the dollar. So we will see, um, what this is going to be here for the employment change. They're expecting there to be, more employment. So again, if this comes out higher, that's going to be a good thing for the dollar, and that could, pretty much change everything. So again, actual greater than forecasted is good for currency. All right, so we're gonna, just keep this in the mix. But for now, let's get to the charts. All right, so we got a lot of cleaning up to do here on the dollar. All right, as you guys can see, dollar is having a hard time breaking below the support level. All right, so as of right now, um, it's anybody's ball game, right? Has a bit of a head and shoulders, but not the right kind of head and shoulders. It's just mimicking pretty much what a head and shoulders pattern looks like, but it's coming from a downtrend, so it's not official. Regardless, I think we might, we have potential to see a reversal, and news is going to determine it all. So we really got to be careful here, guys, because kind of never really know what you're going to get in these situations. But it is what it is. So let's just try to map out the dollar as cleanly as possible. I'm gonna get rid of everything for now, and let's do this. All right, so as you guys can see, dollar is currently respecting the low of yesterday. All right, so when you get things like this, typically, it is a sign, and it actually swept the low of yesterday as well. You guys can see this. So it took out yesterday's low, but the high has not been taken out. So we could get that to happen today, and if it does, that would absolutely create a double bottom. All right, and that will be an official double bottom because we came from a big time drop. All right, made a double bottom for the reversal to the upside. So I'm really feeling like we may get this, um, push up today when news drops. Again, we may get a hut to grab liquidity first, right? That may be the fake out, right? Anytime price wants to go up, initially it'll make a move down first, right? How far down? We don't know, but this isn't too super far away, but it is far away enough to make you believe that it's going to go down, right? So, um, this is going to be a really tricky morning to say the least, with this kind of economic news, all right? So, on the dollar for right now, guys, definitely looking pretty bullish, all right? I mean, it's still bearish structure, but, with the respect of yesterday's low, it can turn bullish pretty quickly with the news. I mean, so here it is. Yeah, guys, this is looking more and more like it has that potential to give us that rise. All right, so let's get in as many alerts here set as possible. All right, we got 7 minutes left. Okay, yeah, this is going to be really rough, but I see a double bottom. All right, so very well may rise, but it all depends. All right, so over to our majors. and everything's so mixy um, as well with pairs that are related to the dollar. So looking at the euro dollar right now, one moment. So looking at the euro dollar, guys, what you can see is that we're still respecting this uptrend. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and clean up the charts a little bit here. A little concerned about gold because it did take a nice dive. So we're going to see about gold in a little bit. But here on the Euro USD again, it's respecting yesterday's high. Okay, even though we're in profit for a buy, that's tattletelling. Obviously, that news is pending, but at the same time, that it may respect that resistance level and begin to fall. Because if the dollar goes up, typically uh, Euro USD falls. All right. So here is what it looks like on the 2 hour. And we're already starting to see rejection. Um, the dollar's going off and it's testing the low of yesterday. All right. So bringing on down to the 15. Always the lower time frame when you want to get details of what's going on, guys. All right. So you can make your decisions. But again, this is one of those days that I know we're going to want to kind of wait, until after news, comes out. We still want to give it some time for, things to settle, right? Because everything's so mixy, right? It's not super crystal clear where we can make a very informed decision or, kind of lean more to one side than the other. All right. It's a rough call. All right. So just got to hang tight and see what it's going to be. So let's take a look. We got 5 minutes left for news. So let's get to, pound dollar. Or really quick, let's look at gold. Man, oh man. So again, we were here where we expected a nice push up on gold, but this pullback has been completely, um, you know, it's no longer a pullback. It's a change of character now. So we went from going up to now breaking this low. I'm talking about this one right here. We broke that low, and now we're making a potential lower low. But the thing about this is the structure is still where price can hit the support area. Okay, that sits right here. And it can still rise from there. So gold is going to be very, very tricky. Again, guys, it looks like it wants to fall right now because it definitely did a fall overnight here. This is 1 in the morning when it took the tank, and I mean it dropped heavy. So wow, $53 move. That's 530 pips on gold. So my team actually was trying to get it. What we got in for, we were viewing this for a buy last night because again it was just making clear market structure, run, pull back. So it should have ran up, but it definitely reversed on us. So I don't know what caused that at the moment, but definitely concerning to see if we're going to have a potential reversal on gold or if this is just a super deep pullback. What I don't like is on the daily we have a head and shoulders pattern that's formed. So guys, it's anybody's ball game on this, and we just got to be careful. But I think we might see a drop on gold, especially if news comes out good for the dollar. All right. So speaking of which, we got 3 minutes left on the news. Let's take a quick look at the indices just to see what they're looking like. So contracted. The candles got smaller, right? And the contraction kind of weight. So you can tell there's going to be a big move that comes out of this. I'm just going to set an alert above and below, and we're going to come back to it. But Nas, guys, is still overall bullish, all right, from this swing high that it made, and it made a higher high here. So it could just break out of this consolidation and continue to rise higher. But you guys can see definitely consolidating for this, for this moment. Now, if the dollar rises, typically Nas will fall. Okay, so there is a possibility here to get Nas to drop all the way down like this, guys. So you really, really just gotta kind of be careful here, because you can try to sell it right now to get it with a really tight stop loss, and nothing's wrong with that, right? But you know, news could be bad and push it up, right? So you could lose it very quickly. But at the same time, it's just a small loss. So it's pick your poison, right? Um, on the other hand, you could try to take it long, right, with a really tight stop loss and see if that works out in your favor, right? So these kind of scenarios, you can kind of play it really tight, because it's definitely going to do one or the other, um, when news drops. So here we go. I'm starting to see a little stretch. So we're at 29. Let's take a look at news. Actually, let's get this ready on the dollar. All right, here it is. So it's been pushing down so far, and now news, 20 seconds on the clock. Boy, oh boy. And then we got unemployment for the, employment and unemployment for the CAD. So we got some opportunities to take a look at those pairs to see if we got anything that we can get into. All right. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Chart says what is going up. Ooh, man, look at that. Just like I kind of predicted. And I mean, it's shooting out the gym, guys. So I'm automatically going to say, look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. All right. So gold probably tank, guys. All right. Waiting for it, waiting for it. So I expect this is more. The non-farm employment change, they expected more. So I'm going to expect more, because dollar already shot up tremendously. And look at that. Man, man, oh man. Boy, boy, boy. And this is what I'm talking about. So Nas, what did you do? You dropped. You see what I'm saying, guys? This is how this goes. The more you know, the more you're able to benefit from it. Again, I did not want to take my chances with it this morning. Look at that, 272,000 more employment. So they will absolutely look at that as something that was good for the economy, for the dollar, right? Get our dollar circulating, whoop, whoop, right? Unemployment rate went down. So that was, no, it actually went up from what they expected by 1%. So that came out not good, but these two are definitely overshadowing this one. Like I mentioned, this one's going to be the big one. And here you go, right? So dollar push completely. This is just, it's not even a minute yet, and the dollar is already gone from 104.05 to 104.60, 60 cent roughly move on the dollar. And if we look at it like this, okay, now we can kind of see, that we finally gotten this change of character. All right. So I was talking about this earlier within the week, right? There it is, right? So we had this downtrend, but now because we were failing to break the lows, I knew something was up with that. And now here we go, where price is pushing to the upside. So the JXY seems to be pushing down. So that's not good for some of our JPY pairs. So I just want to take a look at that really quick. All right, because we got into sells on them. So yeah, now they're pushing up just a bit. We're still looking okay. Still in profit on EJ and NJ. And let's see about CAD JPY. Okay, we're still at where we, entered. So it's not too bad that the JPY is falling right now, but it is, impacting things. All right, but let's take a look at gold. All right, so gold still fell. All right, um, but it is respecting the support line for now. Okay, so one thing that you guys got to know about is with the dollar, you see how we had this major push up. and we're now breaking these highs to the left. We know we broke this one so far, all right? But the thing is, whenever you get a break, you get a retest of the area that you broke. So as price is going to come, as it's pushing up, it will eventually at some point, we don't know when, right? But we can expect it, okay? It should start to pull back and retest the area that it broke. And when it does that, we may get a push up from support on gold, as a retest itself, right? It broke this level, the previous day low. So we may go back and push up to this area um, as a retest before potentially dropping again. All right, so that's what I'm going to be looking for. But at the same time, things may just get away from us, guys. We may have it where gold just breaks support and it keeps falling. Again, from this daily time frame, we have a massive head and shoulders pattern. All right, so you guys can see this. Right, here's your left shoulder over here. Here's your head, and now your right shoulder has developed with news. So if we break this support area, guys, you can pretty much call it timber. All right. Yeah, it's hard to, um, wait. You know what I mean? But it's better to wait, right? Just to see what happens when, the smoke clears. So here it is. Excuse me, on the lower time frame, you can see the drop, right? This is the 15-minute, but now you're getting rejection off that support area. So again, potential opportunity to kind of catch it for the buy back up to the area that it broke. It's not a guarantee that it'll happen, but again, certain things will show us that it is trying to happen, and we can, try to get in there and take advantage of it. But man, this is super rough. Uh, you know, just I had that feeling. I had that feeling we'll get this, and now with the momentum and the strength behind it, don't know how long this is going to last. Um, so we'll have to just go down to the 5 minute and kind of see when it runs out of gas, if it even does. All right, so I'll put this here. This is our next level of resistance at 104.77. All right, and we're pretty much pushing up to that right now. So this is pretty rough, guys. Straight shot up. We're not going to chase. All right, we're going to wait for all the pullbacks, and then we're going to be looking for our opportunities. So if we get those pullbacks early this morning, 9:30, 10 o'clock, it's going to be good, because after that, right, stock market opens, and then we'll get more potential for the dollar to rise if it respects this, the previous day high as support, and then starts to rise. We'll be able to capitalize from there. But man, did we miss a major move from last night, really, with gold dropping, dollars just kind of, doing this thing here. So let's go take a look at some of those CAD pairs, because the CAD news came out, and it looks like it was positive. All right, so employment went up and unemployment stayed the same. Well, it actually went up from previous, but it was as expected. They expected it to go up, and it did. So I don't know if these two are going to cancel out each other in terms of movement on the CAD dollar, but let's take a look at some of the pairs. All right. So over here we got the odd CAD, which I don't like. It does not move super nice, and at the moment it still doesn't really seem like it's doing much of anything. All right, breaking this low, and this does look like a double top. All right, so if you want, we can definitely look to sell this, but honestly, I just don't like the way oddcat moves. It's just way too slow. Doesn't give as much of a return in terms of pips. Right? It may seem like it, every once in a blue moon that it gives you something major, but I don't like it. So I'm not going to trade it, but I can tell you that it does look good for a sell. All right, it's just maybe it'll get to this first, which is only, look at that, 27 pips, 28 pips. You know what I mean? Now, if it takes the major drop, again, I'm gonna try to get this, and it looks like it might have divergence. It does, all right. Chart's making higher highs. RSI is making lower highs, so this should definitely fall. But that movement out of it, even if we kind of go to the next low, that's 80 pips, and then down is 173. It's a clean setup, guys. Definitely would say, sell it, but I'm just not going to do it. I do not like this pair. All right. Um, what else do we have on the CAD CHF? So CAD CHF is currently consolidating. So there's not much there to do. And look, it had a nice triple top, broke the neckline and completely tanked, but now it's consolidating because we're at an area of support. All right. Again, it's not just this green line, it's this entire area that's acting as a support level. All right. So the CAD CHF could rise. Again, if the news, there was good news, but there was also bad news. So again, we don't know uh, exclusively, which how the CAD is going to be impacted, right? Positively or negatively. We don't really know just yet, but we do know that just looking at market structure with this consolidation from the support area, that we could rise. It's almost like how the dollar was, right? If we look at this on like a 2 hour time frame, there it is. There's the double bottom, just like the dollar had. All right, so guys, CAD CHF, put this on your watch list for a potential rise. All right, because of the double bottom, and just look for it to do the textbook things that it should when you get a double bottom, right? So the way that goes is break of the neckline right here. So we push up and then we come back, right? We may even come back a little deeper because we're already creating some sort of gap, it looks like here, right? And then once the bulls show up, then that's when you take it for the buy. Stops below the double bottom and then you let it ride out, all right, all the way to the top, right? So here again, we're on a 2 hour, but like if we go to the 4 hour, we can see the structure a little better. Let's try the daily again. Okay, so you can kind of see when we look here, this is where we broke, right? Very nice, clean break. Okay, so I'm really looking at CAT CHF because it has a very, very nice setup. All right, so out of the CAT news today, guys, this is the one that you want to be looking at. With the double bottom, it looks very, very good. All right, just got to wait it out a little bit, set some alerts, and get ready to, you know, make a nice play on this. And I also like it because, it had a major drop, right, with hardly any pullback. So now that we hit this main support area, there's plenty of opportunity for it to pull back before, it drops again. And what we're looking at in terms of pips is 80 to probably 90 pips off of CAT CHF. So looking at it on the 15-minute time frame, all right, you see why you have to wait for, wait a minute, I lost my daily. Hold on one second. And now it's like it hurt me. Now it wants to push up. It's crazy. All right, but hold on. All right, so go back to that 15-minute time frame. And what I was going to say is how you have to wait until price breaks the neckline. All right, because you'll get caught up in things like this, right? So, yes, you can buy it right now because it is at a lower price, but you're going to be caught in the riffraff, right? You know what I mean? As it's trying to determine if it's really going to play out this double bottom, all right? So, again, you want to wait until price breaks above, right? And then kind of retest this area that it broke right here. This is where it broke. This is where it needs to retest, and you need to see some bulls show up, right? Giving you some sort of V shape, some sort of swing shape, so that you can have a what we classify in market structure as a higher low, right? If you get that, then it's lights out, all right? You'll absolutely make profit on CAD CHF, but I just want to let you know that it is setting up. So guys, please look out for CAD CHF, all right? Put as many alerts as you need to, and get ready to make a play off of CAD CHF. So I'll pop that in the chat for you guys. And again, CAD, oh, CAD CHF, double bottom. Look for the buy after break of resistance. All right, sorry for the all caps on that, guys. Um, Morning Martez was good. Nas for the sell. I see a nice looking double top, and I think divergence on the R side. Look at that. I didn't even see that comment before, but we said the exact same thing, bro. And again, that's how it goes when you have traders all on the same page. We pretty much all see the same thing. And again, I didn't want to take it during news, bro. I was just too much of a scaredy cat, but I did see it and look at the drop, man. So this is, these are those painful moments, right? You know what I mean? And this also just goes to show you guys, if you never take any risks, you'll never really know, like, what's the deal. You understand what I'm saying? So again, uh, I've been in this situation many of times, and there has been times, when the setup looks really good, I take my chances before news, and it works out, right? But there's some other instances where it doesn't look as clear to me, or I just simply don't want to take the chance, for whatever reason, right? You know what I mean? But in this situation, I missed out on that opportunity to catch that drop on NAS. And you can see this is the 830 candle, and NAS has already dropped 132 points. So if you add a micro, that's $132. A standard, that's $1,320. I'm sorry, a mini was $1,320, and a standard was 13 bands. Just ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. In minutes, okay? So again, guys, there's power in this Forex trading. If you just really understand it, get to know how to read it, it will get you paid, all right? And Martez, my boy, he's one to know, all right? But missed that boat is all I can say, and it looks like it may continue to fall, right? Because like I mentioned, it had a big rise, and again, now this is our double top. We broke that neckline, so what I'm expecting is a pullback, right? Potentially a little deeper into the range, and then another drop. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for, right? For my opportunity to sell NAS, I'm going to be waiting for some sort of nice pullback. Hopefully, we get it sooner than later so I can take advantage of it today. But that might not happen, and I'm okay with that because I know that next week is where we'll get that potential pullback. And then when the bears show up, oh, I'm going to eat, right? Because now it played out exactly everything that it needed to for the double top, which is the break, the retest, and the bears showing up. From there, that's where it's supposed to tank, and it typically does. So as much as I hate the fact that I missed this drop, right? My opportunity will be, on the way. I just got to be patient and wait for it, guys. That's pretty much it. All right. What this is telling me is that the the setup or the structure, right, from that uptrend is now potentially changing to a downtrend. All right. So I'm going to be looking for any pullbacks. Uh, it's whenever I can, right? And I'll eventually put on Fibonacci when it actually gives me some kind of swing low, right? So I can know, okay, price is going to potentially pull back to these Fibonacci levels, and I'm going to set either pending orders or I'm going to be looking at the chart to do a market order and sell it off of those pullbacks. All right, guys. So again, Nas definitely, switching over or switching sides from bullish to bearish, and I'll be looking to try to catch as much as possible. All right. So same thing with US 30. It did us dirty. All right. Turned around because again, my team was in the buy. So look how close we were to our take profit. And then, all Thursday it started to go sideways because the new news was on the way. And again, you guys will start predicting that as well. And now we just got the drop today. So I just want to clean up US 30 really quick. And here it is. But guys, definitely going to be, eventful day for news. For what you're going to see in the news. All right, now US 30 definitely looks ready for the drop here. So I'm going to get out of the buy position. And what I'm looking at, guys, is this, right? So again, structure is king. Run, a little consolidation, run, deep pullback, and now we got the run. And I can see a break of the trend line and everything. So you can't see it here on the daily, but if we go to the 2 hour, all right, let's reset this. And here it is. Very, just nice, clean, higher lows that just got broken. So US 30, even though it did us 30, it can now get us paid. All right. So I'm liking what I see on US 30, and I just want to, uh, again, get in at a better price, right? If I'm going to sell it, I don't want to sell it as it's falling, guys. Just it's counterintuitive, right? For what you really want to do, right? You don't want to sell low, you want to sell high. You don't sell the hot dog, at $1. You sell it at $5, right? You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Okay. So here's Nas doing a little thing. Here's Cat CHF that we were looking at for the double bottom, and we'll go and look at that. Look how beautiful this is looking. All right. So again, very, very tempting, but we need to wait. All right, this needs to happen, but this is a big push up, so we still may get a pullback within this, within the range of yesterday, and then we can probably formulate an opportunity off of that if it creates a bit of a higher low, and then we can take it lower to, try to have it push up. That'll be more ideal. But guys, Cat CHF is going to be a banging play, so please, please, please keep your eyes on Cat CHF. All right, it is textbook double top. Double bottom. All right, let's go back over to US 30 because I'm definitely going to be getting ready to take advantage of this. It's just looking prime. Now, hopefully, this isn't a liquidity grab. Again, this candle isn't closed yet, so this could just have been to go and grab liquidity and then start to push up. Either way, we did get this nice break of a trend line, which is really a rising channel, which is a bearish reversal pattern. All right, so I'll show you guys that. I'll illustrate it really quick here. One moment. All right, let's get up into full screen. And here you choose the parallel channel tool. All right, you bring it like this. Okay, just like you do your trend line, and then you stretch it up. All right, so there is your rising channel. All right, and again, if you guys are looking for this tool, it's over here under trend line tools. All right, and then it is parallel channel under channels. All right, so just hit the star, and then you'll have it on your favorites bar, and you can do exactly what I just did. All right, so here, going to set some more alerts, but it's giving nice rejection of yesterday's uh, low. So again, guys, I'm reading everything as things are playing out. So I'm seeing rejection of the low, and if this candle kind of closes back within the range of yesterday, then there's potential for it to rise, right? You know what I mean? We're still within that channel. We haven't really broken this low. We haven't really broken below the yesterday's low, right? It may look like it maybe on the lower time frame. Yeah, so on the lower time frame here, we broke it, right? So now we can definitely continue to fall. And this is also where I want to be to kind of formulate, my entry for a push to the downside to try to get in for a sell, all right? Um, right now, I see that obviously it created a huge fair value gap right here. Okay, so this is the area that it may come back to retest to give me my selling opportunity. All right, but again, I already got alerts, just trying to keep them in the mix to know what's going on with US 30. And that's just the way to play it, right? Just by the alerts letting you know, hey, price is moving up. So we're potentially getting to your point of interest. And then from here, if I get any rejection, if I get some bears to show up, I'm going to take it short with the stop right above the fair value gap, maybe above the previous day high up here. But I will definitely eat off of US 30 for what it's giving me right now, guys. So US 30 is going to be one of those plays for today that I'm going to pay attention to and keep an eye on. All right, rising channel, bearish reversal pattern. Guys, look that up and you'll see that. Okay, but let's take a look at SPY. All right, so let's clean up SPY really quick. And again, You see how we have, look at this, on SPY, we had the falling channel, and look what happened when it broke out, right? Broke out, retest, took off. So US 30, we have the rising channel. So again, we got the breakout, then we need the retest, and then we're going to get the drop. It's the same thing in reverse, guys, with the falling channel. So, you know, this is, seeing stuff like this, and this is why I leave the drawings, because it'll always show you that it did, or it, pretty much it did what it should do, right? And you get to visually see that to start boosting your confidence when you see it in the future, right? That's what that's all about. All right. So, um, just clean this up a little bit. I can take this away for now. I know what it is. This is now support. So peep game, guys. Again, tell you time and time again, every time price breaks, right? Uh, this old resistance, it has now just come back to test it as new support. Okay, so again, even though we got the double top up here, right? It's not official just yet, right? It just barely broke the neckline, all right? And let's see here, right? So the neckline's right here, okay? So it just barely broke it, and already it's getting rejection from this previous area of resistance, which is now acting as support. So, guys, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot going on here, and this is why you can't just, try to take everything off of news, right? You know what I mean? Especially for my rookies, it's always just better for you guys to wait. For my veterans, they know more of what they can and cannot get away with. You know what I mean? So they play it accordingly, right? Or they play it more in a smart, um, methodical way than just, some kind of emotional thing. All right. But regardless, SPY is still pushing down at the moment. So again, we may get the actual reversal, but once you get the break, again, we're needing the retest, and then we need to be looking to take it for the drop. Let me look at the daily because I don't think I have it right. Nope, I do not. So here was the high of yesterday, and look, it's already kind of forming on the daily a bit of a evening star chart pattern. All right, so you guys Google that and you'll see. But we all know the indices have been just doing numbers to the upside. Now we did start to turn around right here, but it was short-lived, right? And we found support and we came and rose up. So we broke these highs, making new highs. So again, this could turn out to be a higher low, and we can still rise up. This is why we have to wait until uh, you know, the candles really show us like what's up, right? You know what I mean? So again, just a big game of patience, guys. But once the setup is there, there's no more, you don't have to be patient anymore, right? You just gotta take the trade, right? You know what I mean? But here it is, guys. Things are already starting to pull back and reverse. So who knows, right? We may get the opportunity off of SPY pretty soon, all right? And we may get that opportunity off of US 30 pretty soon, which is, a good thing, right? Because we'll now be able to weather the storm because the news is over with, right? And what time is it? So it's almost 30 minutes past news. So things have been able to, do the up and down, left and right, to try to, manipulate people emotionally. But our emotions weren't wavered, right? We're like Terminator. You know what I mean? We're just strictly robotic about all of our decisions in the market, and that's what sets us apart, right? The better traders are the ones who are not emotional, right? And they're calculating everything by the book, by their rules, by their strategy and their setups, and that's what governs them, right? It's not how they feel. So again, just a few tidbits for you guys who might be struggling. Please learn to get your emotions in check. Come and join me in my squad, in my Discord, and I'll help you, get that taken care of, right? You know what I mean? It's just simple with the way that it sounds, right? But it's very difficult, when the heat is on, right? It's everybody says, what they'll do in a robbery and things like that, or I'll take the gun, I'll karate kick them. Yeah, right. When you actually get into a situation where a gun is to your head, you can't even think. You freeze, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a different story when things are live, right? So you're like, "Oh, I can control my emotions, Bane. That's no problem." And then we get on the charts, and then it's like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God!" Right? So please, guys, just hear me out with this one. You want to make sure that one of the biggest things you do in your journey with trading any market is you realize how to gain control of your emotions, and you can only do it by understanding, how the market moves, what structure is and what good setups look like, and that takes time, right? So you got to show up, right? You got to have some consistency, some discipline, some determination, some willpower, right? There's so much that goes into trading that's, more than just pushing the blue or the red button, all right? But guys, that's just that. Getting good setups on SPY, getting good setup on US 30, all right? And even NAS, all right? NAS is starting to push back, pull back, sorry, a little bit. So I'm going to take this 15-minute time frame to illustrate where it most likely will pull back by using Fibonacci, all right? And the reason why is because on the 15-minute time frame, we have a high and we now have a low that it has created for us, right? So this is how this works, guys. I'm really trying to give you guys the game, all right? Here is the area that price most likely is going to pull back to. Now, how ironic that it is right in the middle of yesterday's low, right? That 50% Fibonacci level that's right here is right in the absolute middle of the area that we just broke this morning. So, guys, it's no coincidence, okay? Now, again, the higher the better. So just be careful because you don't know how far, right? But you can see potentially how far it'll pull back. But this is a huge gap. So we don't know how much of this is going to eat up. But I can tell you one thing, once it does pull back and we start getting bears to show up, oh boy, you know what I mean? Like, get ready. It's going to be beautiful. All right. But here it is. So another little level of resistance because we broke here. So we broke two lows. We broke this low right here, and then we broke this low. So I'll get rid of the resistance area, but you guys can see that previous day low. We broke below that. So these are 2 points of interest, the 50 Fibonacci level, and then a little bit behind the 61.8. So we get that, and then the bears show up. Guys, pull the trigger for the sell, and you will probably make the most money you've ever made on a Friday on an indice. All right, so let's just keep it moving. But these are looking really good, guys. Just really, really good for a sell opportunity. Just depending on how fast it moves to give us a pullback is when we'll have the opportunity to sell it. But it's just all looking really, really good right now, guys. Please hit that like and subscribe button for me. I really appreciate it, guys. So you took Nas, man. Again, it's people who know how to take advantage. You know what I mean? And it's not that I didn't know, right? You know what I mean? I just chose not to. So um, that's just how it goes, guys. It's just how it goes. That was the first thing, I said, guys, you can take Nas real short because it's up here and dollar looks bullish, right? But what if news came out bad for the dollar, right? Then what would have happened? Nas would have shot off to the moon. But that's the way the cookie crumble, guys. You gotta make a decision, and then when you make the decision, just stand on it, right? So if I decided to sell, even though I know news was on the way and it could have came out positive, I mean negative for the dollar, if I chose to sell, I chose to sell, right? You know what I mean? So in this scenario this morning, it would have obviously worked out in my favor. I would have had over 100, you know, and 30 some odd points, on Nas within 5 minutes. Just crazy and bananas. So shout out to you Martez, man, for catching that. But man, uh, you know, it's not always that beautiful. You feel me? But you do have those times, and I understand why you took it. All right. But Nas, US 30, SPY, guys, all looking good for potential selling opportunities. We just gotta wait on it and see what we get. All right, dollar. So dollar is still pushing up, guys. Hasn't given us any real level yet to place Fibonacci. All right, because it still looks like it wants to push up, but it's at resistance right now. So we may get resistance, right? We may get price to start rejecting this area and potentially falling to where we can have our low and our high to place our Fibonacci to see, most likely where the dollar will pull back to before we'll have an opportunity to, you know, take it to the upside once again. All right. But man, oh man, this has been pretty eventful so far with a lot of things falling. CAT CHF right back on our radar. All right. And US 30. So here we are. We're breaking the neckline. All right. Let me get this right for you guys so you can see. All right. And again, CAT CHF, US 30. Right. So US 30 probably pushing up. But now you guys can see potential fair value gap. All right. That's getting created. So the way I see this is that we can very well, break above here, tap into this, and then, take off. But again, it's all in due timing. Just keep the alerts set so you'll know. All right, I'm gonna put some here because the way that I look at this, guys, all right, in terms of a pullback is I also see structure, right? So here is a high that it broke right here. It was resistance, it broke it, but now it's support. So I'll mark it as green. And this is the area that it can come back to test because this is the area that it broke, right? It's just a general rule. So then looking left again, I see this high, right? It broke that one. So look at the two areas that it broke, this one, and then look where the fair value gap is. So the middle of it is right between that. So again, I'll be looking for price to come on down to here, reject it, and then I'll be taking it for the buy. Man, look, all our indices are going off. So what is it doing? All right, they're pushing up. SPY is pushing up. NAS is pushing up, and US 30 is pushing up. Guys, we may have a Merry Christmas way before December here, all right? So let's just keep it tight on the alerts. All right, but the opportunities are setting up, guys, for sure. All right, so again, SPY is already on a pullback. So let's go and take a look and try to pay more attention to it. Okay, so here we go. Again, getting the nice I'm gonna get rid of this resistance. I just wanted to show y'all where the neckline was. But here, let's get those alerts up. All right, up here, get some in the mix. All right, and because we have our high and we have our low, you know what to go. Fibonacci. All right, so we're already in the zone, okay? You want to definitely see price push up higher. All right, because again, this is a huge fair value gap. I'm not going to mark it out, but it's from this candle, right? The wick of this candle, if it'll let me do it, right about there to all the way here at the wick of this candle. So we definitely want to see a deep pullback, potentially to again this little minor low that we broke. All right, that is now acting as resistance. Okay, so if we can get that to this area, right, then we definitely want to look for our selling opportunity. All right, so here's that area that we're wanting price to get to. And again, if we get there, right, guys, we should take the sell. All right, that's just the way that goes, right, because of the structure and uh, the cycle of how price moves when it gives you a good setup. It breaks the areas, it pulls back to retest them. The bulls or the bears show up, given the scenario, and then it just tanks or it just takes off, right? It's one of the two. But SPY double top looking very good. We got the break of the neckline. We're getting the retest. So very, very soon, guys, we'll be getting the drop. So I'm telling you guys, all of the indices are looking prime time to fall today. All right. So um, there is no other news, at least from a um, scheduled standpoint that should affect these indices in any other kind of way. But economic, I mean, news doesn't have to be scheduled, right? Or economic things don't have to be scheduled to affect the market, right? Somebody could blow up something, God forbid, but they can do that in some country that affects the pair or the indice that you're trading, and then you'll see it reflect, but you won't really know about it until tomorrow, or maybe the news will be late to informing you, but the chart has already like reversed and it went up, and you're like, yo, what the hell happened, right? So again, that's just that. But again, guys, indices looking great. All right, so SPY about to fall. We're getting our pullback on US 30. So again, a lot of focus here, and again, that CAD CHF for the double bottom is looking very good. All right, so look, guys, we're getting up to this fair value gap, and we're already at the 61.8. So I want these alerts for when US 30 starts to fall to be here. And most likely, what we're going to do is get down to like the 5-minute time frame and the 1-minute time frame to see those bears start showing up from these areas closing. So really, if we get the rejection all up in here, I would like to see a close below the 50%, right? And if I get that, oh man, it's lights out. I'm loading up and I'm pulling the trigger and I'm walking away for the rest of the day, right? I'm just letting it do its thing because I know it's going to cook, all right? That's just how it goes. And what makes it even sweeter is where it seemed like I missed out on, this big drop, right? Look, it's already more than 50% of a discount of that move, right? So if I didn't lock in profits, I'll be 50% down. So instead of 132 pips that I would have had on NAS, I'll probably have about, 70 pips or something like that, 60, 70 pips or points, right? But because it's pulling back, now I have an opportunity to get in the mix. And it's already at the 50, so it's starting to show that it wants to go down a little bit, guys. We may get these opportunities right before the stock market opens. But let's look at what makes up the NAS, right? Tesla is up, Amazon's up, right? Apple, is down a little, Microsoft's up a little, and Netflix is up a little. But all this can change when, this is all pre-market, right? All this can change when the market actually opens, and Tesla can end up being down. Amazon can end up being down, right? Which will definitely push the Nas down, all right? And then we look at US 30. Again, they're all mixed, right? But they're very close to changing to either side. So you don't know what you're going to get, but I can tell you from a chart standpoint, everything looks bearish, all right? So that's just that. Let's take a look at that CAT CHF one more time. It'll be over here. Oh yeah. All right. So we almost missed our boat here. Hold on. Let's see, guys. All right. So on the 5-minute, let's go. Oh, there's that higher low right here. So it broke out. All right, and we did get our, we got our break of the double top. Right. So we broke the neckline just now. All right. That's where the neckline is now. I want to get some alerts here, but guys, I think it's ready for the buy right now. Give me a second. All right, so you see this doji that it has? Typically, this will give you the sign that it wants to go and try to do its pullback now. But again, this is the key area that we want to get in from right here. So hopefully, all right, it pulls back to here to give us that buying opportunity. All right. Now, we don't have to wait for it to get there. We can simply put a buy limit order right in the middle. All right. And that's what'll do it. Put our stop right below. Again, you can go with below the double bottom, right? But so far, this is a 16 pip stop. So yeah, let's go for behind the double bottom, right? This is to keep you alive in the trade. It's only 25 pips. Guys, that's easy money. And I'm definitely going to go for 100 pips, even though I know it's like 80 is kind of pushing it. But regardless, I'm going to lock in profits as I see fit. I'll probably have a trailing stop loss on it, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the buy limit play on CAT CHF. but I want to get to the higher time frame so you guys can see what it's going to be. Oh man, this is going to be so beautiful. All right, I'm actually going to crank it up to this swing right here, and boom. So that's going to give me 130 pips to the upside, guys. Cat CHF is looking beautiful. All right. Um, but the only problem is it may not pull back here. So let's do both. All right. Let me show you guys how to really get jiggy with this. All right. So I'm gonna go back down to like the 1 hour time frame. All right. And actually I'm gonna go a little lower because I want you guys to see. All right. So that's the 15. Let's do the 5. All right, so now here you can kind of see that maybe we might not get that pullback. All right, we might not. And if so, then what we want is like if we think price is just going to continue to push up, especially like if we think it's going to bounce off of here, because this is a fair value gap too, that it's already kind of mitigating. So I want to illustrate that here, right there. There's your fair value gap. Okay, right there. So with that being the case, guys, we can put a buy stop right here, right? So go trade, buy stop, and there you have it. You're using both the buy orders, right? The pending orders, the buy stop, which is you want price to go up, activate your price, and continue to rise. The buy limit is you're expecting price to come down, activate your price, and then push up, right? Either way, they're all bullish, guys. Oh man, I'm gonna take it now. I've seen this movie before, all right, and I'm just gonna prepare myself for the pullback to here. Even though I have this buy limit, I'm gonna give you guys, but I'm gonna buy CAT CHF right now, and then I'm gonna place my stop right below that double top, all right, and I'm aiming for my 1 to 2. I can just eyeball this one, and really I'm always gonna go for the gusto. So I'll push it up a little more than that. But guys, I'll give you the plays right now on Cat CHF because it looks so beautiful. All right. All right. Here's the buy limit first. Again, we have a market buy right now. So again, guys, just get in for a buy and then, we'll get the stop loss in a second. But here is the play for Cat CHF. Toya was good. All right. Market buy now. All right. All right. Entry price. Oh, sorry. No, sorry, guys. So scratch that. It's not a buy now. All right. It's a buy limit, which is a pending order. That's my bad. All right. So entry, again, make sure you do buy limit. Entry is this. All right. Stop loss is going to be 25 pips. All right. And take profit is going to be 130 pips. And we're already in profit, guys. Okay. So CAT CHF. Right? But these indices are gonna rock and roll. All right. Bum, bum, bum. So for the buy now, all right, it's a 43 pip stop loss. All right. 65331. All right, there's your buy now play, and man, things are just going off, off, off right now. Um, and it is our CAT CHF. Look at how it has rejected that fair value gap clean, okay, and now it's getting ready to do its thing. All right, so just a few alerts at the top. Again, guys, still expecting a pullback, right? But may not get it, right? It doesn't always happen. But if it does, we're ready for it with the buy limit, which we'll be getting in at a discount. And then by the time it hits this, it'll start pushing up because it already went down. So anything that we're losing from the market buy will be making up as we get into this order. And then it all just comes together and it's, you know, a beautiful thing. All right. But very good setup here as it goes SPY. And let's just go and switch on over. All right. Rejection off that 50. Let me get these alerts closer. I don't want to miss a thing. All right. But we're very close to the market being open, guys. So we got to hang tight, just to see. But I have a feeling that we're going to get a major drop, guys. But we may get like a nice little push up a little further and then get the drop. That's just the manipulation on how it goes. Oh, perfect, right? Past the 61.8, back at the trend line of the channel, right? And at the middle of that fair value gap. So, guys, I'm ready to sell US 30, but I need some bears. And then I need the market to open too. So this is very touchy right now. Again, I feel good about it, but I gotta let the market, kind of burst open first and, let the dust settle. Now, if I see it start to fall, I am going to impulsively sell it, right? Just because that's already what I'm expecting it to do. You feel me? So that's one of those situations where I pull the trigger right off of, well, it's not really news, it's just the market opening. But that's one of those situations where I will pull the trigger without, really giving it too much time to, settle because it's doing what I'm already expecting it to do. Right. There's other times when I'm not sure what it's going to do, and therefore I don't want to pull the trigger prematurely. Right. I want things to settle first, and then I can see what's really what, and now I can make a better decision. So again, guys, try to, get to that level, all right, of not just being so impulsive on your trigger pulling, all right? So especially when there's news and, certain things going on, all right? But here on NAS, we're getting closer. We got to that 61.8, right? But we're getting closer to where we broke here. And that might happen when the market opens up here. So still kind of pushing up, but I got a lot of alerts. Put in a few more to the downside because that's what I really want. And I think I'm gonna have a field day on these indices, guys. All right. Gold should probably fall as well, but it probably has given us a pullback. So US 30 really quick. Yep, doing this thing. Man, it's like I need a million alerts to the downside, but it is what it is. All right, get rid of these. Let's take a look at gold. And gold is not trying to give us all that much of a pullback just yet. I mean, it is, right? So you can see we got the floor, and now we can place our Fibonacci. Let's get to a higher time frame. All right, boom. You can see the structure all nice and clean. We see the trend line break, okay, right about there. All right, and again, title telling signs of how we use trend lines to identify potential reversals, right? And it broke, right? But it just hasn't given us a retest. So we're going to use Fibonacci to try to determine if we're going to get it. I'm going to use this low here, but I should really use, I'm sorry, this high, but I should really use this one up here. So hold on. All right, I'm going to go with this. Let's go here and then there. All right, so there you go. Again, right back in the area that we broke, guys. This stuff becomes so repetitive that if you just show up, guys, it'll start making sense. All right, and you'll start understanding how we trade. How do they do it? How do they make the money? How do they know what the hell is going to happen? How come I never caught that many pips and whoop the whoop, right? This is how you didn't know, right? You didn't know the cycle. You didn't know, the manipulation. You didn't know the structure. You didn't know the sequence. You didn't know the code, right? But I'm here to break it down. So again, guys, please like and subscribe, and I got you. All right. So here it is. All right. Just some alerts on gold, but I would love to see gold push up to this area before I look for my potential selling opportunity. All right. Yes, it can absolutely still fall without doing this, but again, if it gets here, it's a better opportunity because it came high and you want to sell high. You don't want to sell low. All right, looking at it on the 15 minute. And yeah, we definitely have this little fair value gap in an order block. So order block sitting here. Okay, is it 9:30? Oh nope, not yet. And fair value gap sitting here. All right, so it's things like this, guys, that when you come to the lower time frame, oh, is that Fibonacci? My bad. All right, so yeah, when you come to the lower time frame, you'll see, um, just push it down a little. Yeah, you'll see things like this, and this is where you can kind of guess that maybe you're not going to get that pullback all the way to this level because you have structure and areas of interest where price can reverse from, right? So again, there's no telling, um, what'll happen, but you can kind of get an idea of what things are going to do when you're looking at it in the detailed lower time frame. All right, just is what it is. So going back over to these indices, they seem to be doing something. All right, man, perfect rejection for that US 30. I want to get in so bad right now, and perfect rejection off the 50 for SPY, and perfect rejection off the 61.8 for NAS. So here goes NAS starting to fall, guys. Going to be selling all of these. Look at that. Already just man. So I got a feeling gold's going to do its thing. All right. We finally got the dollar to respect resistance. All right. So we need to get some alerts in the mix. All right. But we need to also get Fibonacci on to see where is it most likely going to pull back to. And I can already tell you guys that is probably going to go to where it broke the previous day high. So it's going to come on down to here and then maybe a little deeper, just don't know, right? But then uh, potentially start going back up. All right, so let's get Fibonacci placed and see what we got. All right, now this is pretty huge. So we got from this low to this high. Look at that, guys. Right in that previous day high, the white line, right? That's the high of yesterday. That the dollar got, and that's where it broke. And this is where Fibonacci says, hey, it's probably going to come back here, guys. So you might want to look for your opportunities from here. All right, cool. So just set some alerts, be patient, and wait. That's all there is to it, guys. All right, again, it's just key. All right, I can't stress it enough. It's just key. All right, so again, may not get it, right? May just blast through here and start rising, but for now, it is pushing down, and there's your potential of how far it'll push down right here. Fibonacci tells you, right? So it already helps you and kind of does the math and all that good stuff, right? There's a whole thing behind Fibonacci. Just Google some videos to try to figure that out, right? From a mathematical standpoint and why it's so accurate or what have you. But just know that once you do understand what it's all about, it is going to be one of your best friends. All right. So again, guys, things are just kind of trying to, develop here and get ready to do his thing, and we just need to be patient. That's all. All right. So let's go back and look at our CAT CHF trade, see how that's doing. But these indices have gotten me hooked. All right. So CAT CHF. All right. So now we're getting the pullback. All right, and we're ready for it. Okay. So yep, kind of got a little past that fair value gap, not much. Right. So I can push my alerts down, but we're still in good shape. All right. We're just down 7 pips. Right? And again, you guys can't worry. It's all about the structure, right? When you believe in love, right? That's just the way it is. You just got to believe in what it is that is showing you, and it will work itself out. All right. So give this some time to, do its dance, potentially get up in this area, activate this order, and then you guys will see the magic. But overall, right? Let's get back to it on higher time frame. Look how beautiful this looks. When you guys look up double tops, double bottoms and things like that, you see examples like this, right? And that's just what it is. All right, gold, what are you doing? All right, gold is pulling back a little more. Uh-oh, NAS US 30. Look at all of that rejection. You see what I'm saying? So again, it felt like I missed out, but didn't quite miss out. You feel me? Just patience, patience, patience. So now, got to get this going. And I think the market is open now. And that's what I was telling you guys. They'll try to push it up a little bit, right? Let's look at it on the 15 minute. Yep, more of a push up. See, the push looks stronger right here. And let's go and see. Oh, 2 minutes. All right. So just hang tight with me, guys, and then we'll call it a wrap in a little bit. But these indice plays are going to take us home. Cat CHF is going to take us home. Um, don't really know what I want to do off the dollar. Um, I mean, like with pairs that are correlated with the dollar. So Euro USD, for example. Let's just take a quick look. We got 2 minutes on the clock. All right, so it did break yesterday's low. So then I would be looking for selling opportunities. And then, man, this thing has mimicked the exact inverse reaction of the dollar. All right, so we broke these lows again, Fibonacci from the high to the low, and it's probably going to be right here to where we broke. All right, from the high to the low, and there you go. Right, so again, just looking for price to push on up. All right, get to this area, and then I'll be looking for my sells. Now, does that mean price will get there? Absolutely not. Right, I may never get that and never get my chance to sell. It may just continue dropping, and I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to let it drop, right? Because that pullback is expected, and I'm selling low already. And a lot of people see a lot of um, of what they don't want to see because they sold it low, right? So they start seeing it push down. They're like, oh shit, I'm missing, I'm missing it, I'm missing it. So you load up, you get in for the sell, and right when you get in, I swear to you, it will start pulling back. And you'd be like, son of a, you know what I'm saying? So again, guys, don't get yourself in that emotional roller coaster. Just wait, right? There's no real emotion that, comes out uh, in a negative way when you wait for things, right? Just wait for it, all right? Because then you're like, hey, the pullback did happen, right? And I waited for it to happen, and now it's over because the bears are showing up. So let me get in and see what happens. And then when you see that bad boy tank, you're like, oh shit, I'm on to something now, right? It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is, all right? So stock market is open. Nas, what did you do? All right, starting to fall. Okay, there's my bears. So again, I'm about to take this. I just want to see the other one. Spy falling. All right, come on. US 30 falling, guys. I'm pulling the trigger on each one of them. So again, I told you already. If it starts doing what I wanted, expected it to do, I'm taking it. All right, each and every one. I'm selling US 30. All right, let me go down. I'm selling Spy. Okay, and up to Nas, selling Nas. Guys, I highly suggest you get in where you fit in. My stop loss below the previous day high on Nas. My stop loss above the previous day high on US 30. Okay, and then my stop loss above the previous high on SPY. All right, take profit doesn't matter, right? Obviously, make it a 1 to 2, but you need to get your stop loss set on uh, the indices first. All right, guys. So I'm going to give it to you now. SPY 53.34. Okay, and your stop loss for SPY is 53.63. All right, going over to US 30. Your entry is going to be 38797. Okay, stop loss is going to be 39039. All right, and last but not least, NAS. Okay, 18974. Stop loss is going to be 19103. All right, guys, there it is. And we're just going to watch the magic here. All right, definitely got to set a few more alerts, but overall, it's giving me what I want to see, and I'm taking it. right? That's just that. If I lose it, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm absolutely cool because I got too many things telling me otherwise, right? So I will take that chance every single time, right? It's like, hey, what if you had a 90-10% chance that when you go and play the lottery, you're gonna win it, right? A lot of y'all would take that chance. What? I got a 90% chance to win? Oh hell yeah, right? That's just how I look at this, right? The percentage, the probability is what matters. You're never gonna get it 100% right, but you're gonna give yourself that probability, that chance. Okay, so please do it, right? Do it, do it, do it. Dollar. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, didn't quite get the pullback just yet, and dollar looks like it's getting ready to rise. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm talking about. You can expect that pullback, but you never know when you're going to get it or if you're going to get it. You just got to prepare for it. That's all. All right, so back on over. Here it is. This is SPY, about to be in profit. Okay, US 30 in profit. Nas just still doing a little dance. It's all good. Okay, Euro USD. What are you doing? All right, you're dropping because dollar look like it's going to rise again. We might have missed out, but again, I'm I know these. I know how it goes. This pullback is going to happen at some point. All right, it may not be today, but it's going to happen. And if it doesn't, again, that's possible. All right, gold. All right, so again, it just rejected the fair value gap and it's already starting to fall. So again, we might have missed that boat. You got to know when to fold them. Again, you can take it now, right, with the stop behind this order block or this fair value gap to try to, really get the big drop on it for sure. But I just wanted to get it from a higher point. That's all. I mean, I can still end up taking it now, but just want to, let you guys know what it is. All right, here's Nas finally in profit. So guys, what you gonna do? All right, mildew or barbecue. All right, like my homies say. So um, I'm thinking we're gonna have a field day, guys. US 30 was the cleanest out of these. All right, so please get in where you fit in. There we go. Boy, US 30 getting down. Guys, perfect rejection off that fair value gap. All right, let's look at Tesla. Look, Tesla was up big. Now it's not. Amazon was up big. Now it's not. And they're all turning around. Look, all of these were mixed. Now all of them are red, and that's what affects US 30. Guys, we're gonna have a field day. All right. Oh boy. Oh my God. US 30 is gonna tank, guys. US 30 is gonna absolutely tank. It is going to tank, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go with Nas. Yep, Nas is going to do a nice drop as well. It's just I don't like the support area that it has. right? We could get a stop here, but still, it looks pretty good for the drop. And SPY, yeah, same deal. It has that support area that it may kind of dance around, but US 30 is going to tank. Yep, US 30 is going to tank, guys. Get ready. Get ready for the show. I'm telling you right now. Okay? US 30 is where it's at. All right, let's go take a look at our CAD CHF, and then I think we'll wrap it up, guys, because that will do it. We don't need much. And US 30 technically is really all we need this morning, but CAD CHF, there we go. Starting to get up on the rise, just rejected the fair value gap enough. So again, still a little mixy in terms of whether or not it's going to go and actually do a little hunt to this. And again, I've seen it sometimes just a really quick push down, boop, hits it and then takes off. But for right now, we're still respecting the previous day high in this fair value gap. So if these alerts start going off, we're definitely in the money, and we're probably going to make a whole lot more as the day progresses. It's already starting to push up, guys. So this is good news. Want to take any questions, any comments, any concerns right now? Yes, we are, bro. Absolutely, man. Yes, yes. You already know, man. I do not play any games, guys. Please rock with me. All right. Forexwithbain.com. I'll pop it in the chat for you guys. Need to come and sign up and get with us. All right. I know you want to make some money in Forex. I know you want to understand it. I know you want a support group. You got those questions. You can hardly get them answered. The videos ain't helping, right? You need an expert. You need a mentor, right? Someone who's been through the fire and can really help you understand it and get through it yourself, all right? Come rock with me, all right? Discord is open and it's ready right now, all right? So, guys, if there's nothing else, I want to give you guys another minute or two here. We will wrap this up. And, I want to thank y'all for joining in advance. Always means a lot, that you guys show that support and that love. And I appreciate that very, very much. So, thank you. Here goes Naz. We're in profit. What happened here? What did I do? What did I do? All right, yep, Naz. US 30. Doing a little pullback. That's cool. That's cool. Because I know what you're about to do. I know what's really going on. All right. Look, all red. All red is bleeding. All right. They're trying. They're trying, but it's looking like the Crips right now. All right. So let's see if dollar's going to give us any. All right. Dollar's getting ready to potentially make that drop, guys. So again, if it makes this pullback, we will see the indices push up a little bit. All right. But where our stops are, we're good. Right. Um, I'm I'm expecting it obviously not to get above the previous day high, but we will get some sort of push up further, right, before we get that big time drop if the dollar decides that it's going to go and do this pullback. But right now it's still edging at resistance with a little bit of a support level right here. All right. So again, only time will tell, but I'm still feeling good about the sells, especially on US 30. All right. Again, looking at this from a higher time frame, it just looks like money. Okay, guys? Money, money, money. All right. Just give it some time to play out. But all right, guys. Thank y'all once again. And in the meantime, in between time, y'all know what it is. Have a great morning. It's your boy. Peace.